Okay, this is Alex. We're here at the Marchin's, whatever you want to call it.
OSE, Open Source Ecology / Global Village construction set. Internship will be beginning September 1st. I signed up for this because I'm 44 years old and I think I make pretty decent money right now, not very good, but I think in the next 10 years I am capable of building myself a better house than I would be able to afford with the money that I can earn in the next 10 years. 17 years ago when I started rigging, $25 was sort of the bottom of the barrel. Like I told people, don't rig anything for 17 bucks or for 25 an hour or less, right? That's the minimum, right? Fast forward 17 years later, just after COVID happened, I went from, granted I moved from Central Texas, Austin area out to Pensacola. But literally 17 years later at the Bay Center in Pensacola, they're paying $26 an hour for rigging. So $1 more an hour in 17 years. Like so my earning potential seems to not be increasing, even though I've got much more experience and I've got some certifications. I'm ETCP Arena certified, right? I was the number 1,476 in the U.S. to get that license. I got it in 2012. It's sad, you know, like people can't afford anything these days, and it's depressing to me that our housing has become a commodity, right? That's everybody needs a place to lay their head, right, and not get rained on or sweated to death in the desert or whatever your situation is. You need a place to lay your head, and the idea that folks like BlackRock and these big investment firms are buying up massive amounts of property is it's deeply concerning to me. So last year I quit my job. I actually went to New Mexico and was doing the Earthship Academy thing. I was going to build myself an Earthship. Earthships are great. I did the academy in April of the year before. Quit my job in December. Built out an old van and went out to New Mexico and started volunteering and was going to get on with them building Earthships. The timing wasn't right, so when I got out there, they weren't hiring. They had just finished 2 of the jobs they were working on and were about to finish the 3rd, and the other job hadn't started. It's just is what it is. So I was looking online to find the plans to build a backhoe and a tractor, because you have to move a lot of dirt and it takes a tremendous amount of labor to build an Earthship. About 7 5-gallon buckets full of dirt for each tire. You got to do about 1,500 tires for a decent sized home. So I was looking up the plans, Marcin's plans on the Global Village construction set to build a backhoe and a tractor, and that's when I found out about his academy. So I came down here and joined his internship process. Applied for it, and he had me come out and help start building this rapid learning facility, and we're going to be building another place just over there that's going to be, I think, 160 feet by 60 or 70 feet, and I think 3 stories tall. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to start the internship and hopefully you know, he's creating open source machinery, right? People did it with electronics and computers. That's really where the open source thing started. And the 4 tenets or principles of open source is you can see it, you can use it, you can modify it, and you can sell it. That's what makes something truly open source, right? Most places that allude to the fact that they're doing something open source are not, because they don't want to let you actually download the files and use them, right? They sure don't want to let you modify them, and they definitely don't want you to sell them because they feel like they should be able to profit off of what they learned, most likely from somebody else, right? Because the first step in learning is the ability to copy. And if you don't have anybody that's worth copying, you know, good luck. Life's going to be hard, you know? So anyway, that's what we're doing.
So how does, coming from like a job that's not very good in pay these days, plus it's seasonal or it's a project based, right?
Yeah, project based.
So it
Right.
doesn't really give you a good position to get a bank loan or have consistent income to
Yeah,
put towards a
absolutely. I
house.
don't.
How does this solve this for you?
Because I'm gonna do for myself. I'm not gonna borrow from the banks. I have decent credit. I'll use the little bit of credit that I have and the little bit of money that I've been saving for the past few years. A buddy of mine told me about the millionaire next door. So I listened to him and started saving a few $100s a month. And I'm glad that I did, because that's what provided me the income and the financial freedom to be able to quit my job and go or take a month off and go do the Earthship Academy, which was $2,500 for a month-long course. You did about half the day in the classroom, and then half the day you went to the job site, and so you worked on various jobs, whatever they were doing there in their what is it called, the greater world, is where they have the academy for the Earthships. That was a lot of money, right? Considering the fact that I have to feed and house myself there. That didn't include housing. I paid $500 for one room for the month that I was out there. So it's not cheap, right? And it's not easy. And so the way that I'm going to sidestep that is I'm going to do for myself, right? I'm going to learn how to build the backhoe that is on the Global Village construction set designs. It's completely open source and free. You can build a backhoe for $4,600, right? It costs you at least $12,000 to buy a new one if you buy it from a reputable company, right? But I guarantee you it's going to break in the first year and probably again in the second year, and it's probably not going to last more than 8 to 10 years if you're lucky, if it was made well and you paid a lot for it, right? But whereas this one that is open source and the plans are free, if you know CAD, free CAD, right, that is open source as well, and you know how to weld, which most community colleges teach welding for a fairly reasonable fee, and basic circuitry, you can build any of these things. And so that's what I want to do. I'm gonna build for myself, and I think that's I don't want to borrow to buy. Like, I don't think you can buy anything that's decent quality these days. It's just not. Like, your cars, I've spent 40 grand on my old van, right? It's a 2005, right? And granted, I built it out myself, so I bought it used. I replaced the transmission. I did a bunch of engine work on it. I do all the maintenance myself. I didn't do the transmission, and I did pay to have some engine work done. But that's ridiculous. It's a 20-year-old vehicle. Right now, it's sitting broken because I need an oil pressure sensor and probably an oil pressure pump. I called 4 parts dealerships, AutoZone, Advanced Auto, O'Reilly's, and CarQuest. All 4 of them, 2 of the 4 couldn't even get the part, didn't see it, right? It wasn't an option. And 2 of the other 2 said that they could see the part, but they have no way to order it. And they directed me to Eurosource or the dealership. And that part, when you ask AI on, it's about a $15 to $20 part for an oil pressure sensor, right? The dealership, they want $460 for it, right? And so
So like, this all contributes to not only your transportation but your housing.
Yeah, and so luckily right now, Marcin has a 3,000 square foot earth brick house with a roof on it that's R50, a metal roof. It's got regular exterior siding on it, and I'm staying there while I'm doing this internship for free. Right? I have to provide my own food, and I'll pay utilities and things like that. But he hasn't asked for it, So
are you going to end up with a house after this? Is that your goal?
I'm definitely going to build myself a house. Yeah, when I leave here, I want to build my sister a house. So I'm going to tell her basically find a little piece of land in the next 4 years, and when I get done here, I'll come build you a house for 60 grand.
So basically, you could build a house here on this facility,
and drive it out to her for. She'd have to get the slab poured or
Right.
a foundation made. Right?
Cool.
You can do all sorts of foundations. You don't have to do a slab. You could do a cob floor, right? And linseed oil, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, good. That's another situation that somebody might be in where they may not be able to be in the state or transport their house
Yeah,
near here, but they could transport it somewhere else.
absolutely. And that's what's great about this other facility that we're going to build when we finish this one. Hopefully this one will be close to finished in the next week or two, and we'll start on the other one. But that's going to be, I believe, 8 by 16 foot is going to be an 800 square foot module that you make so that you can load it on a trailer and truck it to your site. The 800 square foot module will be complete with AC, heating, cooling, power, photovoltaic power, a heat pump for your AC and heater. And they'll have all the windows are the same size as a door frame, so you could take out any window and slap a door frame in there to expand your home. And you could also custom make some doors that you plan on expanding, right? So you can build the basis of your house here on the job site with the tools that he has and the experience he has, and answering any questions you have, helping you build it, and then you truck it to your job or to wherever you want to live. If it's up in the mountains in Canada or down in Mexico, like if it fits on a 18-wheeler, you can ship it there, right? And
That's pretty amazing. That's that concept. If you don't know how to build, you don't have the resources, this makes it possible for you to do that.
Absolutely. And so in contrast, the Earthship Academy where I was, their base model is what they call the refuge, right? And he wants to make this available to everybody and spread it everywhere, right? And it's great, but as opposed, it's for I believe it's about 1,200 square feet as well. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, kitchen, greenhouse on front, rainwater collection, solar power, same thing. Everything functions well. $400,000, right? And so that's, if you do all of the work yourself and buy used materials, you can make it for cheaper than that. I was hoping to do one for about 50 to 60K, right? But it's that takes a lot of effort, right? So Earthship, for every tire that you pound, you need seven 5-gallon buckets of dirt in every tire that you pack with a sledgehammer, right? You have to do about 1,500 of those tires. Me personally, I can do 10 to 15 tires a day, depending on the climate and how hot it is, and if you're directly in the sun or if you're in a rainforest in Puerto Rico, right? It's a little different, but it takes a tremendous amount of effort and time and labor and money, right? The other thing that's a disadvantage to those is because you're building with used car tires, you are taking trash off the streets and repurposing it, which is good, and I applaud that effort. But because of our zoning laws here in the U.S., which are fucked up, frankly, you have to declare your house where you're going to build your home waste dump, right? It has to be declared as a waste dump to get permission to store the tires there, even while you're building, right? And so that to me is ludicrous and not the rapper. And in addition to that, you have most places do not like the idea of using a car tire and packing it full of dirt, right? So it's really hard and very tricky to get those licensed, right? And permitted anywhere around the nation, right? They call them pockets of freedom. There's a few places like out in New Mexico where they've built them, and a few places around the nation where they've built them before, and the zoning commissioners, I guess, or whoever it is, are familiar with it, so they're not as adamantly opposed to the idea of using a car tire to build your walls. Anyway, it's crazy. I'm happy I ended up here because I think this makes it possible to step outside of the system a little bit. You know, you still need money, and obviously have to participate in life and pay your taxes and all that good stuff. But you know, we're not made of money, and the redheaded toddler that's in office now is certainly not making it easier on the little guys anywhere around this country. And yeah, that's unfortunate. So that's why I'm here.
Well, we want to make it possible for anybody with the very limited resources. So many people are suffering needlessly.
And what is I think it's 25 grand or 40. Basically, you only have to cover the cost of the materials for this first build that he does, where he shows people how to build their house, right? The next class will you'll have to pay a small fee on top of the materials.
Well, he's even making it possible for logging volunteer hours, and then that pays for.
That's incredible,
things.
Right? I've heard of things like time banks, and
time banks.
Sounds something similar to that, and I think that's a good thing. You know, that's. I think everybody should have learned as a small child how to share. Right? And so it bothers me when everything becomes about money. It detaches. It separates people from the human cost involved, right?
Absolutely.
Because there's certain. Excuse me. There's certain things that money can't buy.
Yeah. And that's what we're interested in. We want the human connection and the fundamental needs of humanity to be met.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous how
that's our interest.
Why the hell are billionaires going to frickin' Russia and flying, launching rich people into space? Like, how about feed the homeless guy that's begging 500 feet from your house, right? Take down your massive wall and share a little bit. Like, don't be a dick, right? Like, no, it's not necessary. Like, we've got the technology, we have the resources, there's plenty of food. There's no reason we should have as much of a problem with homelessness and you know, mental health crisis here. Like, you know, it's just awful, and that's why I'm here. You know.
Me too, man.
Do you have forgot memories of innocence? Maybe you felt something coming with imminent. We have all felt the beauty of childhood and life. We have forgotten when we've fallen in the fight. I remember the promise when he said, follow me. I think he said he would set me free. Is this true? Give me belief. Please set me free from this world of grief. Dear God, give me the sweetness of life. Give me the feelings I knew before the strife. So many years I asked for it to return. I try to find a way, but all I do is yearn. I am too weak, I can see it won't force its way. It might say I'm here, but it's hard to say. I try to reject the world that I see and hear. I want darkness to part way and the sky to be clear. I felt it as a child, it felt real then. I feel it will come is so delicate as a petal on a flower. But when I feel the emotion, it rushes like the wind's power. It is a power that will move the nations, maybe even through generations. This is only felt by a few, a child and hopefully you. It is still there, you can feel it if you choose. Temporarily forgotten, not memories to lose. I remember the promise when he said follow me. I think he said he would set me free.